Most of the people, including me, make mistakes while buying a watch. This video tells you what are the 5 major watch buying mistakes and how you can save money and not regret later. Welcome back to Nishant's Vision, and last week I was really sorry I was not able to make any videos because I was affected by the flu. The symptoms haven't gone yet, but I still can't stall you guys without a video. Let's start. 90% of people fall prey to this one mistake. Just because a watch is being trending or is being heavily influenced by influencers, it doesn't mean that you need to have it. The watch may be affordable, but still there are some things you need to make sure you don't do. For an example, the AE1200 is one of the most sought after as well as value for money watches from Casio. 5 years back, nobody wanted that watch. Few months ago, the AE1200 was released in a leather strap and one specific celebrity was wearing it. So people wanted to have their hands on this watch as soon as possible, and due to the result, it got sold out everywhere and people were hunting for that watch for so long. But when it was released, nobody wanted it and they were very hard to sell as well. People didn't want to buy the stainless steel version which was readily available, but they only wanted the one which the celebrity had because it was being influenced as well as trending in the internet. So please don't fall prey for these kinds of trends and social media frenzies just because somebody is wearing it. And you need to make sure that the watch suits you, and a watch is something which stays with you for life. So please don't fall prey for this stupid trend. I've seen many of my friends make this mistake, so please don't do that. First of all, when you're buying a watch, the experience of buying a watch is something very important. You need to wear it on your wrist, see if it's really comfortable for you and it actually suits your style. Many people buy the watch online, which is something which I'll deal about later as well. So buying a watch online might be easy, but looking at the watch in person is what makes you really want to buy the watch. For instance, I made a video on the Timex Falcon Eye. It looked really stunning online with the pictures. If you see it in person, it's something really different. So I've told that in the video as well. Some people might think that they're buying the best watch, but when it comes to their hands, they will not like it. And some people return the watch and they might even get cheated. Always go to a store, wear the watch and see if you like it. Only then you buy it, or else please don't. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to this channel. YouTube has also come up with a hype function where you can hype this video to reach more people. So all you have to do is go to the comment section, you can find the hype tab over there, or next to the super thanks you can also find a hype tab where you can actually hype the video. Thank you in advance. This is one of the most concerning aspects of buying a watch online. Normally when you buy a watch online, people don't look at the authenticity of the watch or where it is coming from. This is a common mistake which many people do and lose their money. For instance, if you take a watch which sells for 12,000 rupees in the store and you see the same watch on Amazon and Flipkart for only 5,000 rupees, it's just common sense. Nobody can give you a watch at that difference. Even if you get a sale in store, you get maximum of 30 or 40%, which is highly unlikely, but still. So you just have to think before you buy. And in many online retailers, you have to check whether seller is actually a trusted seller. If you're taking Casio for instance, you go to the company's website, they'll give you the list of sellers who are actually authentic sellers from the brand. So if you're seeing a name which is other than that on the list you see in the Casio website, then you're getting scammed. Many people might get an entirely different watch or might not even get a watch or get a fake watch. So please don't buy watches online just because they're cheap, as you might get scammed. And one more thing, many people go to some store and just buy the watch thinking that it is original. Again, you'll have to check the website of the company and make sure that the seller or the shop you're visiting is listed in the authentic sellers of the company. Whenever you buy a watch, there's also something called a maintenance cost, and it varies between each watch in different price range. So when you take a quartz watch of any company, the basic thing you have to do is just change the batteries. The price of the battery can start from 300 rupees up to 800 rupees at the max. So that is the minimum charge you have to do when you have a quartz watch. But if you have a solar watch, maintenance is not a problem, but only in case movement goes out because of no exposure to sunlight or something like that. The cost is higher compared to a traditional quartz watch. It could range from from 15 to even 25,000. But when it comes to an automatic, the cost of servicing an automatic is really high. Be it an automatic or a manual winding watch, the minimum cost you have to pay for maintenance is around 15,000 to 25,000 when it comes to normal range watches like a Seiko or a Citizen. But if you go for higher luxury watches like Omega or Rolex, the price is much higher. The servicing cost, if you're not under warranty, if you're taking a Rolex for instance, a GMT Master 2, it'll cost you around 50 to 75,000. Many people when they're buying a watch, they don't look at the maintenance cost and they don't even think about it. But normally a maintenance occurs every 5 years once or every 10 years once, unless you have problems with the watch. That is something you need to have in mind, which many people don't talk about, and they just tell you to buy an automatic. But there's always a cost behind maintaining an automatic, which you have to know. Impulsive buying can be really dangerous at some times, and it is related to any other hobby you start. Even if you buy a book, you're impulsive to buy new books to make a collection, which might seem very normal at first, but when you calculate the expenses you've done, you'll be in a shock. I have been affected by impulsive buys before when I started this YouTube channel as well. At least when I did impulsive buys for this channel, I was able to show it to you guys, but I didn't get anything in return, but still I was able to get more subscribers, which is the best thing about it. Please don't rush to buy a watch just for the sake of buying a watch. So it's something which is quite dangerous, and sometimes you might even get bankrupt by just continuously buying watches which you don't even need. You need to make sure that you buy a watch because you need it and not just to fill a box of watches. So that is impulsive 101. So those were the 5 common mistakes people do when buying a watch or making a watch collection. So this video will be really helpful if you're starting a new collection or you're already a seasoned collector and can minimize the amount of watches you buy. So if you haven't seen my previous video about why not to buy the Casio Carbon Automatic, you can check it out here, as well as the playlist of all the watch videos I've made over here. I'll see you next with another exciting video. Until then, peace out.